Well, these purges may be well-intentioned, but what about when even the most mainstream conservative thinkers are shut down? And if you don't think that's where we're headed, you're just fooling yourself. Here now is conservative commentator, documentary filmmaker Dinesh D'Souza. Dinesh, it seems like we've been down this road before, but now these companies are so big and they're so powerful, they act almost as kind of unregulated public utilities of information. And this is a slippery slope, is it not?
It certainly is. We have to realize we've lived through a communications revolution in which debate, democratic debate today, occurs through social media. It's almost unimaginable what kind of debate we would have, for example, without Twitter, without Facebook, without Instagram, and so on. And the point is that the people who are doing the censorship, I don't think it is well-intentioned. Remember that they are targeting people who have not advocated violence, who are not, in a sense, shouting fire in a crowded theater. The people that they are targeting have provocative views, to be sure, but there are equally, if not more, provocative views on the left, which don't get the same treatment. So there's a clear effort here to target the right, and this is, I think, an attempt to tip the scales of the debate. The other thing, Laura, is the sheer idiocy of the type of censorship that they do. The actor James Woods, for example, tweeted a quote by Emerson, which basically said, if you strike at the king, you better kill the king. Now, the idea here is metaphorical, which is if you attempt a palace coup against the leader of the free world, you should expect some recrimination. So this is exactly the kind of intelligent debate we need. Right. But I'm sure some yahoos over at Twitter said, oh, wow, kill the king. This man is advocating violence. So this is the level of sort of jejune censors who sit around at Twitter and decide, okay, let's take this guy off Twitter because he's a dangerous man. In fact, he's not dangerous. You're a yahoo.
This is the first time, Dinesh, someone has used the word jejune on the show, and I just want to say, good on you for using the word. Sorry, we just have to make them laugh. Dinesh, Facebook isn't alone, by the way, in facing pressure from a number of these extremist groups. An activist organization called Some of Us is trying to pressure shareholders of financial services giant MasterCard to stop the movement of money among groups that they deem, quote, far right. No word on what that designation will actually mean or how they define it. So this worked when they pressured PayPal. But again, where does this end?
Well, this is where I think there are some conservatives, in sort of typical clueless fashion, who say, in effect, look, these are private corporations and they're not the federal government, and therefore we should not worry about it. Private corporations have the right to do whatever they want. But imagine living in a society where if you have controversial views, not only are you cut off digital media, but let's say, for example, the airlines decide, well, we're not going to fly you on United Airlines because you're a hater, and you can't open a bank account at Citibank because you're a hater. So essentially what's happening is that the sort of these corporations that provide public services are essentially targeting people because of a political viewpoint. Now, remember, for example, our free speech rights, our right to participate in democratic debate is no less important than our civil rights. And yet we have civil rights laws that forbid this kind of discrimination. There's no way an airline or Facebook or a bank or MasterCard could say, we're not giving you an account because you're black. And so it seems to me this is the way, this is the model for thinking about how outrageous an infringement this is.
Well, I think there could be some interesting legal ramifications for these companies, for clever lawyers. Dinesh, thanks so much.